Good morning, darling. How did you sleep? That's good. You're too sweet. No. Actually, I've been up for a while now. Knowing what day it is today, I couldn't fall back asleep once I woke up. So, for the past couple of hours, I was just watching you. You know, you're really cute when you're unconscious. I, I, I assume this sounded a little bit off. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. You're cute when you're asleep. Oh no, darling. You don't have to worry about that. I will prepare something for you before you leave. Anything you want. Yes, even the pancakes. You deserve to be pampered today. So just choose whatever you like. Well, it is a special day, isn't it? Aren't you happy? I I understand that, darling. I really do. It must be nerve-wracking, of course. But there's only one thing that you have to remember, darling. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can go wrong today as long as you stick to everything that we discussed before. And as long as you are honest with me. Well, I think that you should have learned by now that lying will not get you far. Not with me, at least. So, I really do hope you've been truthful and genuine to me. And I'm not talking just now, but all the time we spent together before as well. That's a silly question. You're not stupid, are you now, darling? You know what I'm talking about. This whole thing, it better not be some silly act to try and trick me. That's what I'm trying to say. That's not what I meant, darling. Of course, I trust you. But, all things considered, we did have quite a rocky start. You can't deny that. You really were hard to tame. So, because of all of these things, I still have my doubts from time to time. About you, darling. About us. It's probably just nothing, but perhaps it is something, and I don't want to sound paranoid, but it just bugs me sometimes. The thought that there is a chance that you are lying to me, that all of this is just fake. Yeah, maybe you're right, sweetie. I guess that's, yeah, it's just me overthinking. Yet, still, you know, even though I lost my job, it doesn't mean that I lost my intuition and my wit. Whenever there's something going on behind my back, without my knowledge, I can feel it. I can sense it, you could say. Darling, you don't need to get so defensive, you know? I'm not saying that you're a liar. I'm just warning you. Plain and simple. I don't want you making any mistakes that you might regret later on. I love you, darling. You know that, right? And I wish nothing but the very best for you. And I will always be here to support you and uplift you when you need it. And let's be frank, I've told you this many times before, but it is true. There is nobody else in this entire universe who could accept you the way I do, who could love you the way I do. I adore every tiny bit of you. So, I just hope that you understand how rare that is. And I hope you're grateful for it. I don't want to be met with betrayal at the end. Not after all the effort and love that I put into this relationship. No, darling. Think about it. The fact alone that today I am letting you to start your own life, that I am letting you go to a job interview all alone, on your own, it shows how much I care and how much trust and faith I am putting into you. You might not understand. I mean, you probably have no idea how hard it is for me to take these steps. It's terrible. The nightmares that I've been having these past few nights. You really have no idea. I dreamt that you left me, that you tried to run away and leave me behind, that you tried to start all over without me. I have this dream over and over again. And it really hurts a lot. I truly did not want to hurt you in any of those dreams, but even in a nightmare, it was just like a natural response to me. So, if you understand where I'm getting at, please just do not make my worst nightmares become a reality. It's not going to be pretty. You know what kind of person I am, and you know by now what I'm capable of. So, just don't. That is all I ask of you, really, darling. Do not spoil what we have. Do not spoil everything that we built over all this time. Yeah, it is. It really is a big day. As I said, both for you and for me. For us. This day will challenge our relationship and our bond. We will find out by the end of today whether you are ready to go out alone or not, and whether our training worked. You know, I really want to stress that a lot of things depend on the way today turns out. I'm doing all of this because of love. I want you to have freedom, but in order for you to have that, you have to prove yourself. Well, darling, you just kind of have to think of it as a gift from me. It's been a little over a year since you've been isolated here with me. And I saw that you improved. You've been pretty good to me these past few months. So, I think you deserve a reward. To socialize, to go out on your own, to live, to be independent. You really do deserve it. And I love you, so I want to gift you these freedoms. That's exactly what today is about. It's about this. But you will have to prove to me today that you are capable of handling being in the public alone, and that you will not stray away from me. You can't use your freedom maliciously. Darling, you don't have to stress about it that much. I know we went over many things, but what's most important to me is that you do not escape first things first. And just do not engage with other girls at all. Unless, you completely must. But otherwise, do not talk to any woman. That's what I mainly want from you. I never said that you did anything bad. But, as I said, I still have my insecurities. With you downloading Tinder and everything, I know that it was a long time ago, but that was kind of cheating. So you can't really blame me for feeling this way right now. Darling, we've been through this already, haven't we? Hundreds of times. What you're saying, that's not an excuse. Just because you didn't know I existed back then doesn't make it okay. You should have known. You should have waited for me. Or at the very least, you should have deleted the app the first time I called you. What you did was unacceptable. You have to understand that. It really hurt me. And to this day, I still feel heartbroken when I think about it. All those basic stupid girls that you were talking with. I just want you to not repeat history. I think you want that as well. Yes, darling, that's exactly what I want to avoid. We've been so good now. So good. So, please, by any means, do not make me snap again. I do not want to go that route again. To start all over. I don't think you do either. It's for the better if you just follow all of my instructions. Then you will be sure that you're not doing anything wrong. Will you do that for me? For us? Good. Very good. Darling, I'm so glad that we got to the point in our relationship when everything just seems to work out. I am very happy. I finally found my soulmate, and that was the only thing I ever wished for my entire life. Now I'm finally complete. Well, I personally think that it wasn't a coincidence that I got assigned to keep watch on you back then. Some some divine power, perhaps fate, pulled on the right strings for me. And now we're together. Could it really be any better than this? Me too, darling. Me too. You know, when I look back, it's sort of funny. We went through so much together. It's funny to think about how spiteful you used to be towards me. You really hated my guts. But, you see, in the end, it all worked out just right. I told you that I'd grow on you sooner or later, didn't I? Yeah, you were a tough cookie though. Seriously, you resisted me for so long. At some point I was beginning to lose hope. But the most important part is that it's all in the past now. Darling, all of that is long behind us. And I'm very happy that we're finally making the next step. Assimilating you back into society. We will be like a normal couple. I think it will be all okay, darling. I don't think, I know. I can promise you that everything will be okay. Well, you know how I am, darling. It's just me. I overthink and I have issues trusting people, but I'm trying. I'm trying to trust that you will not betray me. I really am. And, you know, even then, if I have my doubts and fears, when I look into your eyes, I just see love. I see true love and passion. And that's enough for me to know that we are the perfect match. Nobody else could replace you. I am certain of this. You are made for me. So, at the end, I think everything will work out just fine. Even if it doesn't, there's nothing my love can't fix. I did it once, so surely I can do it once more. No, what I'm trying to say is that I will never leave your side, darling. Never. I will not give up on you, even if one day you once again think that I am not the right person for you. I won't give up. I will always be here, watching you, protecting you. So, you really don't have to worry about anything. Even in the rare case that you somehow go astray, I will get you back on the right track. I promise you this, darling. We are meant for each other. And I will do everything that I can to make us stay together. You really don't have to worry about a single thing. I will take care of everything. Absolutely everything.